Safe is boring, and I'm way too loud to be boring.
Hi, I'm Feline, a teacher, leader, and lifelong learner. Welcome to Filling the Blanks, a space to pause and make sense of life's in betweens, where purpose meet patience and clarity is found in reflection. So take a breath and let's fill in the blanks together.
Okay, blankmates, if I am going to record this intro one more time, itatapon ko na tong mic ko sa Pasig River. Let's try this again. Hi, I'm Feline, and I am a recovering perfectionist. So now we are about to conclude the season one of Fill in the Blanks. And to be honest, I had a hard time thinking of what the title should be for this particular episode. But at the end of the day, what would be a message that would resonate to the people who are listening or will listen to this podcast later on? So I thought of the cost of perfection. Kasi though I am a risk taker, there are still occasions where I still play it safe. Ba't di natin pag-usapan? Because honestly, safe is boring. And I'm way too loud to be boring. Konting kwento lang, backstory. When I started this podcast, I had a sort of a vision board, or actually, to be exact, a presentation for my own consumption because that's how I process things. I'm quite visual as a person who plans and who would like to learn new things also. So, may pagka-maximalist din tayo, quite colorful. As you can see in my branding, di ba, medyo bright color siya. That's how I generally am. In taking notes, in studying, learning, planning, I do the same thing. I don't have an exact system, but I like highlighting things in different colors. Spreadsheets, laging may kulay yan. If I have time, there's always conditional formatting on my G Docs, G Sheets. I would also change colors and font as necessary when I take notes and when I plan things. So that's how I am. I wanted to be a voice of reason to start with, but by doing so, moving forward, it turns out I'm actually the voice of why is this happening? Because you see, when I was planning on launching this podcast, I was in the middle of changing seasons in my life. I am in my waiting season for the longest time. But during that waiting season, there were also bits and pieces of changes in what's happening there. So moving forward, I didn't really have a smooth journey for the past year or so, maybe more. But I would highlight the parts where I started learning how to obey and learning how to be patient with myself and to enjoy the season I am at, regardless of circumstances. I spent the whole season trying to give you a more polished version of Feline, but as my friends, anyone who has seen me at 2 a.m. knows that the polished version is just the real version, but with better lighting and filter. And naka-makeup, hairdo, nag-ready. Now, I did not wake up like this. Why do I always quote 2 a.m. as a time frame? Because I'm not much of a morning person. Yes, I can wake up early. I would wake up early, especially on the days where I have commitments at work. I have to be get ready, of course. But my brain really starts functioning around 10:30 a.m., going towards the latter part of the day. There are occasions where you'll probably see me midday or let's say early afternoon. I'm not as productive. Then towards the end of the day, ganun ulit, cut, spend some time on my other activities outside work, then maybe work a little bit if necessary and if ideas come to mind. So, ganun ang process ng mind ko in working. Yes, I have tried to be a morning person. When I was a kid, I would always find myself in morning classes when my mom enrolls me. And yes, I get to wake up and go to school. I'm very disciplined in that aspect. But, yun nga, to maximize my productivity, there are certain parts of the day where I know that I am in the zone and I maximize on it. So, going back, normally the brainstorming with me and my friends happen around that time of the night. I do have some friends also na may pagka-night owl. Our minds would have so much thoughts after we eat dinner. So, minsan nagbe-video call kami. Sometimes we would go out for coffee or yung mga 24-hour joints. Say, for example, the go-to places or 24-hour coffee shops, maybe some quiet cafes na homey na medyo late din nagsasara. Doon kami normally hang out to bond and share ideas. Why am I discussing perfection and letting go of perfection? Because when I was growing up, there is a certain standard that is set by my parents and the rest of the people who have influence in my life on this aspect. I didn't have a problem with it. System is good, scheduling is good, having processes in doing things is good. But as I grew older, I realized that there's no such thing as perfect. And that's okay. You get better every day. You get to have avenues to improve on and be more creative at, to innovate, diba? So yun yung isang magandang aspect. Kaya maganda na walang perfect. So I would probably say that perfection is quite a scam because walang ganun. Diba? Yung si Lord lang ang perfect. Sa akin, kapag gusto natin lahat ng bagay ay polished and perfect all the time, we tend to play it safe. Example, playing it safe is like wearing a beige outfit, going to a concert, or a black outfit wearing to a concert where you blend in, but nobody remembers that you were there kasi medyo nag-morph ka dun sa crowd. I realized by trying to be perfect for the corporate world, the academic world, and the podcast all at once was just becoming a template, a very, very tired, sarcastic template. Ayaw natin ng ganun kung pinag-uusapan natin yung character natin. Ikaw, ako, di ba? Ikaw, ako. Mas maganda, kagaya ng sinabi ko sa last episode, no? Nagiging collage ka of the things that you like. And you get to have your own blend, and that's you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Being a template kasi or too much alike with another person would not make you unique, right? It's not something that we want. I want to emphasize this point because there are occasions in my life where gusto mo na rin mag-blend in kasi gusto mo matanggap ka or gusto mo lang na, ito na yung nakasanayan ng iba. So, bakit pa natin babaguhin? Nothing wrong with it too. But, yun nga, ikaw pa ba yun? Kapag gusto ka ba ng tao because naging template ka, ikaw ba talaga yung gusto nila? Di ba? Or just the idea? So, pag-isipan natin maigi. Another thing would be the way we present ourselves. I was talking to a colleague's wife and na-discuss nga niya kasi she likes to learn involving performing, social media, and something to do with presenting herself because she is in that industry. She used to be a performer. She actually blends in her skills in different aspects dun sa ginagawa niyang work. Kumbaga, nagiging avenue niya to be able to actually resonate as a unique person in that industry. And it's really cool. I like it. May sarili siyang twist. Also, siya yun, na-enjoy niya yung ginagawa niyang work dahil yung part ng skill set niya na na-enjoy niya sa dati niyang hobby and career, na-apply niya dun sa current niyang trabaho. It's pretty good. Diba? Nagkaroon siya ng sarili niyang identity. Meron na nga siyang certain persona na alam ng mga colleagues na, pag ito siya to. Ito yung style niya kapag nagpo-post siya on social media, etc. So as for me, storytelling is another thing that I do a lot at work. When I started in business development, I also dabbled in sales, in operations, and now I'm in marketing. Everything boils down to paano ba lalanding yung kwento. Then eventually, my ministry also led me to share. Hence, dito tayo ngayon. Also, by being able to actually learn all these things and be more confident and be more aware of how I present myself to people on camera and off camera, then I get to have opportunities also to share my life with other people by means of my career, volunteer work, and personal relationships, which is something that really is close to my heart. Babalik na tayo dun sa presenting yourself. Dito tayo kinakabahan, no? Because me, in my head, ang dami kong thoughts. I would sometimes jump from one topic to another because hinahabol ko yung train of thought ko. And my friends are used to it. The people that are close to me, the people that I work closely with, sanay na parang, okay, nasa na si Bling, dito na siya. Okay, ito yan, ito yan. And I appreciate them for actually being able to pick up on the cues when I'm going back and forth. No? Dahil mabilis din yung mind ko, I talk fast at times. So, talking slowly is something that I also learned when I started recording myself because I realized that not everyone could understand if I talk dire-diretso, no? Kind of fast and then sobrang daming information tapos hindi na mapipick up nung kausap mo. Bakit ko sinasabi to? Because minsan nabubulol tayo. Like when I say something, example, no, I'll just read it. The strategic alignment of personal brand equity. O, diba? Nabulol ako agad. So there are certain words that I'm having a hard time mentioning. So I have to slow down and emphasize certain letters or syllables in that word so I can pronounce it properly. Another word is hospitality. When I talk fast, wala na, parang hospitality ganun lang siya. So, funny, but yeah, I have to adjust in those kinds of aspects. When I talk, I would probably sound smart to you, but it takes me a while to say certain things or repetitively say something so I can mention it or I can pronounce it properly. So, minsan, the sentence is what? 6 seconds, but it took me probably 10 minutes to record it. So, ganun eh. And I was stuttering a lot at first, and I sounded like a glitching AI because kinakabahan din ako talking to the camera. I'm not used to doing this. And then eventually, medyo mas comfortable na. Then moving forward, here we are. So, minsan, I'm so frustrated. Nakakailang take ako na parang palo ka na ng mesa, no? Na parang strategic. That's the word. Why can't you mention it? Kapag nasa sentence na siya. But if it's alone, kaya mo naman. Or, yun nga, the word hospitality. Di ba? I keep remembering that because my second degree is international hospitality management and my specialization is culinary arts. So when they ask me what's your course, diba? My first is ganito, my second is international hospitality management. So nabubulol ako dun sa hospitality. But now, kaka-practice, yan. I'm mindful na to mention the words slowly and by syllable. So my mind gets frustrated when these things happen and minsan parang in your head, sumisigaw ka na, ganun ang feeling. Or parang gusto mo nang magwala. But you can't. You have to just practice to get things done, right? And then I would drink water, kalma, try again, whispering the word over and over in my head like a prayer. Hospitality, strategic, what else? So many words actually, but yun na yung nasa top of mind ko today. When I do recordings like this or hosting or let's say some pep talk with my team, normally I sound so professional. But what they don't know is that I'm one syllable away from stuttering and then panicking and then frustration comes in. So there, ganun na siya. Say for example, there's an occasion where I woke up at 7 in the morning because I had to teach a class. And then after that class, I flew to Meralco because I had to attend a board meeting. And then I had to, of course, be early because we have to run all the tech related activities, slides, audio, hybrid din siya. There are people who would be attending on Teams. So we had to keep all those in check. Then, of course, other people in the team, syempre darating yung boards, fix the IT side, may catering, etc. After that, I had to fly to another venue. Well, malapit lang naman sa may Ortigas East lang na. The old Tiendesitas name. No? Sorry. It was Tiendesitas. Now it's Ortigas East. So I had to attend another Thanksgiving activity and conference there, and I was one of the volunteers. But of course, since tightening schedule, I did mention there are only certain things I can do, and in between that, I also had to attend another class online because I was teaching 2 classes that day. After that, hindi pa natapos, diba? There was probably an hour of rest. Then we headed to the south because a friend's boyfriend is having his first paid gig. He is part of a band and he's studying his second degree in music production. So, punta kami doon to support and also enjoy the night and of course, grab a bite. So, it was a very long day from 7 a.m. Actually, I woke up earlier than that pa pala. And then until around what time did the gig finish? Probably around 11. And of course, umuwi pa kami. I live northeast, semi-northeast. Not too far naman. City center pa rin. So yeah, long day, right? And then you're thinking of, do I still have bandwidth tomorrow to record my podcast? Or maybe write a script or like, key points, maybe, or plan something for other episodes. Ayun na siya. So there are times that I would sit, look at the mic, look at the camera, and kaya ko pa ba mag-record? Bukas na lang or wag na lang kaya. Parang, can I just delay this? Diba? Ganun talaga. It happens to everyone. Sometimes I had zero thoughts in my head. Talagang blanco ako kahit na may ako notes. Wala talaga. So I would just stop. And then try again kasi nandito na ako, naka-set up na ako. And I would think gusto ko pa rin talagang perfect and consistent yung flow ko kasi may schedule na eh. I've talked to our team na parang I would give my recordings every so often so that there's time for them to edit, create the content for the social media pages. And there, may occasions talaga that I forced it. Hindi ako magmamalinis, no? And minsan obvious siya in the way my recording comes out. Pero okay lang, ganun talaga eh. Then I see it na parang, okay, feeling that doesn't work. Don't do it again. So yeah, it's a learning experience for me also. And it's pretty humbling also. Na let yourself learn from this, let yourself rest, and let yourself adjust to the process. Meron din akong mga raw files na nag-ramble lang ako. I'm rambling about whatever it is that's running through my mind for like 10-20 minutes straight. Diba? Parang kung ako yung papakinggan ko pa ba? Wag na lang kaya, no? O kaya, ano kayang sound nito if other people would hear it? Am I a confused fortune teller? Am I just a madaldal friend that wants to talk about everything that's in her head? Ganun talaga. Baba. Um, I would also use certain words like maybe paradigm, synergy, because they sounded like things a successful person would say. Or maybe is it just because I'm used to it because the people around me use those words. Ganun talaga. Nahawa ka, di ba? Na-absorb mo siya. Nagiging sponge ka. Not that it's a bad thing. Ganun talaga. But may times na filler words sila because I was talking in circles. I would admit it. Ganun talaga. And then, sa haba ng sinabi ko, may edit siya in a 2-minute insightful clip. Pwede na rin. 20 minutes to 10% na nag-make sense. Yung iba, hindi na kailangan i-record or ilabas in public. But the original file is too long. Minsan, I'm wondering if I should just give up, spend time binge watching series or doing nothing. Nangyayari yan sa lahat sa atin. This is the most me thing ever. I once delayed an entire recording day because of a hair cowlick. So I was having a bad hair day. Yes, podcast to, but there's a video version of it. And people might say na parang, Philip, it's okay. It's a podcast. It's more important for you to be ready about what you want to say than to bother about a loose hair strand here or let's say, pantay ba yung kilay ko? Di ba? Ganon. So, hindi siya ganun ka-importante kumbaga dun sa message, but for me, it's equally important because I want to show up prepared. The message is more important than how my hair behaves. And my brain would say, yes, but I will know. And my hair is a part of me. If my hair looks like it's disrespectful, parang hindi ako nag-read, then my opinions might follow. As much as possible, even at work, I would show up at work very, very ready. Or if not, pagdating ko doon, I would put a chunk of my time getting myself ready, looking presentable at the very least. If I cannot do a full-blown hair and makeup na nagagawa ko kapag mas later time nagsa-start yung araw ko. May mga panahon kasi na you would like to sleep in. So, of course, something should give, right? So, sa akin, siguro ang una nag-give is my hair. If I don't have time to fix it, I would put it in a ponytail or clip depending on paano yung bagsak niya, then I would do basic makeup. Define basic makeup. Kilay, a little bit of eyeshadow. Of course, you have your base, blush maybe, or a lip gloss. So, at least presentable ka. Kahit may meeting ka man o wala, humarap ka sa tao, hindi. Okay, ready ka. May mga panahon na pag mag-record ako, dahil nakikita ko siya after, I would spend 2-3 hours fixing a section of my hair. Earlier, I did the same thing. I was looking at this, doing this, looking at the mirror, parang, ay, pantay ba? Tama ba yung bagsak? May nakaangat dito. Kanina pa ako nababother na may umaangat dito. Pero, well, buhok nga, di ba? So, gagalaw siya at gagalaw, di ba? I don't wanna put too much hairspray on it. But just to, make it presentable, pwede na to. Also, I was so stuck in an image of being a host, this perfect put-together person, that I forgot my job as a host is to actually speak. Siyempre, may mga fina-follow tayong content creators, hosts, right? They're very good, very polished, very put together. And may times talaga na minsan gusto mong gayahin. No? Pero who is feeling really, right? I would still want to have that version of me na nakikita ng tao, but still professional. So, ganito na lang tayo. I would want to show you guys what kind of mood I'm in, mood I want to be in, but still be professional about it. Maraming panahon na ang tagal kong nakatingin sa salamin, and because I don't feel that I'm camera ready, ang tagal ko mag-start. Pero, sino ba nga dito sa room ko? Sometimes it's just my dog, right? So, siya lang ang audience ko. Diba? Or sila, kapag dalawa sila nandito. When you talk about these things na, this is the cost of perfection, where I would spend probably half a day just bothering about a section of my hair. And maybe kung pantay ba yung eyebrows ko. Kaya, tama ba yung angulo? Ganun talaga eh. But, it's not the most important thing in this particular task. Moving forward, many times in the past, estudyante pa ako, when I started doing freelance work, and then having a nice job in a startup, in corporate, etc. Many times, I'm really being asked to host. And di ko gets, I was never confident about my hosting skills. Kasi kahit may script yan, kapag mag-isa ka, you tend to be more stiff. Kapag may kasama ka, syempre nagbabanter kayo. Kapag hindi kayo bonded nung co-host mo, medyo mahirap yung atake ng sagutan. Kaya importante na meron kayong dry run, diba? Especially if you're not well acquainted with your co-host. No? Ganon. So, eventually, sanay ako from formal corporate hosting na line by line ka, ganito, ganyan. Pero hindi ko talaga pinapakinggan yung recording because I didn't like hearing my voice or looking at myself on TV. And then later on, I was forced to do so. Why? Because as I went up the ladder and as I was exposed to so many different kinds of events, people, I was suggested that na parang, Feline, since you have these concerns, kasi I would normally share with my mentors, why don't you record yourself? We go, awkward eh. No, just for you. You don't have to show other people. Say audio. Nasa meeting ka, record yourself. So you hear how you discuss things with your coworkers, with your bosses, etc. Then, nausong TikTok. I didn't like using it at first. I had an account, but more so watching and a bit of purchasing lang. Then, my friends told me na, gawin mong playground. Walang masyadong curation. Just put out content that you like. Record yourself. Listen to it. Edit a little, but keep it authentic. Then, find your space hanggang maging natural sa'yo. So, I did that. I was watching my previous videos. Tawan-tawa ka. Sabi, sobrang awkward mo, girl. But ganun talaga. Happens all the time. And later pa, ay, okay. Medyo comfortable na. Nakakagalaw na maigi. Some of my friends would comment that also. Na parang, uy, mas okay na yung nilabas mong content. So, ikaw, pinapanood nyo pala, no? Kasi, well, they were curious daw. Kasi nga, parang, they know that I had some concerns about it. And I keep getting certain gigs nga of public speaking, hosting, etc. So, might as well practice and be intentional so that I get to be better at it every time. Nothing wrong with it, right? So, aside from self-improvement siya, it also is my intentionality on performing well on the tasks that are given to me. Later on, people would ask me why I love hosting events, like maybe fan events or product launches. Honestly, kinakabahan pa rin ako every time. But yes, I do enjoy it once I get the hang of it. Bakit ko siya gusto? Because it's one of the places, if not the only place, where having a quote-unquote strong personality is a requirement and not a warning. You are on stage, things go wrong. Let's say namatay yung mic na isa, na-delay yung next segment, di ba, yung mga lalabas na tao, artista man yan, VIPs, whatever. You have to make it work. Di ba? Pag sabing hindi pa ready yung lalabas na next. Pag nag-cue sa'yo, okay, I have to prolong this. Wala na akong script, pero kaya natin to. Let's say, tech problem, nagka-glitch. Anong gagawin mo? You have to make 1,000 people laugh while the tech guy panics, and that's where I feel most alive. Recently, I hosted a fan event. There was a launch. So, inuna muna. Pero there's an intimate event where, of course, may konting bonding yung mga fans. And then, the band performed. Of course, may nag-record ng series for content on YouTube. And then, nilabas din nila yung music video nila na i-launch. Parang, ipa-premiere pala. Ipa-premiere, I think, 2 or 3 days after that particular event. So, it was pretty fun. Yes, medyo nagka-challenges kami because lean yung manpower. And of course, there were volunteers also, pero we wanted everyone pa rin to, of course, have a good time. And hindi siya a smooth sailing, but it was quite successful. So, of course, dahil part ako ng production, di ba? Front office, may back office. We follow certain authorities. So, may director for the particular activity. We have the back end ng mga leads namin that we also follow kapag may instructions sila. We also are accountable to whatever it is that are assigned to us. And yun nga, nagkaroon ng konting, may delay. Hindi pa ready yung ganito. Ay, wait lang. Is the mic working? Di ba? Wait, yung mga monitors na kayos. Cameramen, are they in place? So, we had to adjust as we go along habang nangyayari lahat. May mag-flash minsan sa TV na, okay, ito pala may pinapa-announce dito na hindi pa na-comms nung earlier. Kaya, dahil hindi kami malapitan ng stage, pina-flash TV. Kaya, ito, crowd na to, medyo shy type. Anong gagawin natin? Co-host, di ba? So, diskarte talaga. How to engage people and how to maximize the experience in that particular event. So, I feel most alive in those kinds of things. No? Na parang, this is my call for the day and I want to do well because God entrusted me, these people, this crowd, the management, the clients na, okay, keep the guests entertained while we get ready. Ganda. Ang ganda nung kwento na yun. Marami pa to, no? Yun lang yung latest. Kaya yun ang nakwento ko ngayon. Masaya rin na nakakakita ka ng mga taong natutuwa. Di ba na, okay, they're entertained. And minsan may lumalapit kahit na hindi ka kilala na, oy, thank you for hosting. Or thank you for your efforts kanina. Alam naming mahirap. Ganyan. So they understand it. Some would ask nga na, anong work mo? Sabi ko, pag binention ko na yung job ko, lahat sila, oh, okay. Parang hindi pala totally related with what you did earlier. Sabi ko, hindi. But yeah, something that I'm called to do. Nakakatuwa din, di ba? Nasa-surprise sila kasi it means that you did a decent job, if not good or if not great. And yeah, I really enjoy it when I see smiles on the faces of the people that are listening or engaging with you. Also, yung clients din. Moving forward, I am quite exposed already in terms of talking to you guys by myself. And I'm done just talking to you. In season 2, I want to talk with people. But hindi yung tell me more about you or tell me about your success kind of talk. But I want the messiest thing you've ever done kind of talk. I want to interview people and find the blanks they aren't filling in. So, yeah, probably have guests, most likely. Face to face, of course. Right now, we're praying for a decent venue. I mean, okay lang naman if it's within my house, no? Different part, of course, not in my private space. But, yeah, if there are cafes or conference rooms, maybe, or a makeshift studio that we could work on for recording with guests, that would be better. I would want to have that kind of banter. Wala masyadong rules, kumbaga. I want to share stories with people for people who are listening also. And if kayo rin, if you do have topics in mind, people in mind that you are thinking of, that you would want to suggest, then feel free to direct message us on our social media platforms. So we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have X threads. Yeah. Most responsive na platform would probably be on IG and TikTok. I think that's where we get most of our engagements also. Let us know. At least we can hear your thoughts also. Moving forward, I want to do something a bit more fun na before we end this particular season. I would want to probably do a mock interview of myself. So yeah, walk with me on this. And yeah, just for fun. Gusto ko lang makita how it's like. And then when we do interviews with other people, this will be more fun. So as a host, of course, our energy would probably be high energy, late night talk, but more professional. And we're back. Joining us is a woman who handles properties, who does product management, marketing, and business development. She also survived or still survived UP Diliman grad school and still has time to judge her own hair for 3 hours. Please welcome the one and only Feline. Wow, what an intro. But you forgot the part where I have lost so much sleep for the past few years. But sure, let's go with that. Feline, talking to myself. Season 1 is wrapping up. You've been called strong willed, probably a bit sarcastic. And how would you respond to your critics that say that you are a lot? Oh, I'm definitely a lot. I am a subscription service with too many add ons. But here's the thing, people say you're too much are usually just used to people who are too little. I'm not going to dilute the tea just because someone doesn't have big enough cup. Next question before I fire you. Pretty feisty, right? Love it. Now let's talk about your future. You've been hosting events, you've stood out in front of hundreds, maybe thousands. What's the difference between Feline in events and Feline in a podcast? Honestly, event Feline is on a deadline. If a VIP is running late, I have to make 2,000 people forget that they're tired and hungry. It's a high stakes sarcasm. Podcast Feline is just me in my room, realizing that I don't have to wait for a script anymore or to write one. And honestly, I am the script because the host version of me is just a bridge to get people to know the real me. I want to be the person on stage who makes fans feel like they're just hanging out in the GC with their funniest friend. Speaking of GC, let's play a game. I'll name a situation and you give me a perfectionist answer versus the unfiltered season 2 answer. Ready? Yes, of course, I'm ready. Let's do it. Situation 1. You're interviewing a huge celebrity and they give you a really boring, canned answer. What do you do? The perfectionist Feline would smile, nod politely, and say, "That's so inspiring. Tell me more about your passion for charity." But the unfiltered Feline would say, well, not really say muna, but I would blink slowly and then say, "Okay, that's what your PR team told you to answer. Now, tell me what you actually said in the car on the way here." Life is too short for boring answers. Tama, di ba? Scary, but true. That's where you get the most authentic answers, to be honest. Situation 2. A guest starts crying in your show. Perfectionist Feline would be like, "Okay, here's a tissue. It's okay to feel your feelings." Very Hallmark channel. The unfiltered Feline would still offer tissue, but then I would ask, "Okay, who did this to you? Give me a name. We have a podcast and a platform. Let's air it out." Scary din, di ba? Pero okay lang. I mean, if they choose not to answer, okay lang. No problem. But I can't help it. I have to ask that question. Final question. What can your future guests expect when they sit across you in season 2? Well, I'd say they can expect a safe space, but not a boring one. If you come to fill in the blanks, don't expect to just promote your new project. Expect to be seen. Expect to laugh at yourself. And expect me to catch you when you try to play it safe. Because we are done with that. And expect that we will be filling the blanks with the truth, even if it's quite messy. And scene. Give it up to your guests. The next question will probably be like, what is done playing it safe look like? It means season 2 is going to be more raw in the sense of the content. Some people are probably saying, "Raw naman yung season 1 mo." Recording kasi it's self-recorded. Editing is quite limited because we are a lean team. Yes, true. But we are talking about more guest heavy, more of me saying the things we usually only whisper in group chats. And we're moving from the basics to the T. Ganda, no? I'm excited personally. Another thing would be I would want to read few DMs from our listeners. Be your cheerful, sarcastic self. And we can give shout outs. Shout outs to name who said that my voice was soothing. Are you okay? Do you need a nap? Because I usually sound like a caffeinated bird, but I'll take it. Yeah. Ayun. That's all I want to say. In all seriousness, thank you for riding with me through season 1. From transitioning careers to managing properties, still handling grad school, and a lot more. And this podcast was the place where I didn't have to be Feline, the corporate girl, or student Feline or ministry volunteer Feline. Even when I was trying to be perfect Feline, you guys stayed. So now, season 1 is officially closed. The safe version of this show has left the building. Season 2 is coming, and I'm bringing a lot of questions and zero filters. Go fill in your own blanks today. Just don't try to make them perfect. See you for the premiere. Bye!
Thank you for tuning in to Filling the Blanks. If today's conversation spoke to you, share it with someone who might need it too. Follow the show on Spotify or YouTube and join me again as we continue to fill in the blanks, one story at a time.